I was very encouraged by the proposition that the Trailblazers are going to stay right here where they belong. I got a call from Tom Dundon, who owns the hockey team in North Carolina, and he told me that he has reached a tentative agreement to buy the Portland Trailblazers. And I will tell you that he sounded very excited about the team's future being here in beautiful Portland. And I was very optimistic that this would come together last night. I was in contact with the league, with the NBA. Many of you know that I wanted to play in the NBA. That wasn't exactly ever going to happen, but I stay in contact, and by the end of the evening, I was very encouraged by the proposition that the Trailblazers are going to stay right here where they belong, right here in Portland, Oregon. Now, the reality is, I spoke with them and they had plenty of good things to say about Mr. Dundon. There are also various processes that you go through in terms of getting this, fully implemented. But I'll put it this way, and then I'll take a couple of questions. If you were outside our house in southeast Portland last night around 9 o'clock, the hollering would have been pretty loud because we were really excited about this, and everybody knew about what had happened over the years in Seattle and all the rest. And what I can tell you is I just got off the phone with the guy who successfully runs sports teams, and he is really excited about having a bright future here in Portland. And we talked a little bit about some of the things that he was interested in doing with the team, but I was really very encouraged, and I finished the call 15 minutes before came in. I guess he had gotten wind that we were going to do this, and I said I'd love to tell my constituents some good news, and we have. Okay, what else?
What's your connection to Dundon?
My principal connection was I've been following this daily for weeks. I mean, it is no secret that Adam Silver, the commissioner, has been a very close friend. He was, so you know the link, he was Congressman Les Aucoin's intern back when I was a young member of Congress. So we've been friends literally for 40 years. And I told Adam, sometimes he would finish my sentences because I'd always end up, yeah, the team's got to stay in Portland. And so he would finish my sentences, and we've been really good friends. And my wife, who owns the bookstore in New York City, adores Adam Silver on top of that.
Did Dundon confirm to you directly that he's not going to move the team? Did that come up in your conversation today?
What came up is he was really fired up. And in basketball, I know fired up about a future for this team in Portland. That's what we talked about. That's what he was interested in. There was no other conversation other than that.
So can you...
And by the way, I think he'll be coming here pretty soon. I talked to him about that, and then you can ask your questions, but I think I know when somebody feels strongly, and this is an agreement that I believe is going to hold together. That's why I said I was very encouraged about this, but he'll come here and answer your questions.
So you'd be shocked if you moved the team?
Yeah, I'm not going to let it happen. I mean, he's going to come because he's got a tentative agreement when he gets through all the processes. But everybody has already heard, I'm the state senior senator. I'm the ranking Democrat on the tax writing committee, the big economics committee, and on my watch, I said it once, I'll say it again, on my watch, the Blazers are never going to leave Portland, Oregon.
Does he have experience with
NBA?
I'll let him talk about his experiences. He's got experience running sports clubs, and he's good at it. He's been successful at it. And through the process, as I heard about what was going on, I was impressed with how he was handling it.
Was last night the first time you talked to him about this?
I never get into all my conversations except what I think is really important. He called me about 15 minutes before I walked in here. We wanted to make sure that the anti-hunger effort got the attention it warranted. But I spent a lot of time on the phone last night and over the last few days working through all the possibilities. There were a lot of issues. As you know, there's questions about stadiums and all this kind of thing. But this is somebody who now has a tentative agreement to buy the team, is fired up about a future in Portland, and is coming out here soon, which I think is another indication that he wants to get going. I'll let him talk.
Last question, please, got to move. Do you think the fan base here has something to do with his decision to keep the team here?
Nobody can stop Portland fans. And if you'll allow me for a minute, back in the winter of 2023, when we brought Kathy Engelbert here for the WNBA franchise, she was stunned at all the interest. And now we've been the talk of the league because people understand how strongly our fans feel. And I hear that everywhere. I hear that every time I'm in the East. In fact, people come up to me and said, I heard you played basketball. And they said, were you good? I said, well, not really, but I was okay, and I love my team, and I love my city, and I'm going to make sure that they come out of this okay. So it's a big deal, folks. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.